Hey, so we are continuing the conversation about tight hip flexors and glutes in this video, and I want to show you guys a really simple test that you can do that I see in a lot of our practice members that have just recurrent low back pain and issues, and they sit a lot and all this stuff that just about everybody seems to be struggling with these days. So what we want to do, if you're trying to lift your heel up to the ceiling, you need your glutes to fire. And what we find all too often is that people have glute amnesia, or they have totally forgotten how to properly recruit their glute muscles, and so they're using their back muscles instead, and it creates all sorts of problems. And so we try to help people with this by showing them how they're supposed to fire the muscles properly. So there's an order of how these muscles should be recruited if you're trying to bring your heel up towards the ceiling with a straight leg raise. So go ahead and do that for me, Kristen. Yep, good. All right, bring it down. So what's going to happen here is either her glute muscle is going to fire or her back muscle is going to fire on that side. What you want is that the glute muscle fires first and the back just stabilizes a little bit. But for somebody who's completely forgotten how to use their glutes, or their hip flexors are so tight from sitting all the time that it literally won't let them use their glutes, or they have problems with their pelvis, we need to get them adjusted, what you'll see is if you put a finger on their back muscle and you put a finger on their glute muscle and you ask them, go ahead Kristen, lift and come back down, do that again. Good. And so she actually needs some work because her back muscle fired first and then her glute muscle fired second. So what I want you to do is put your finger here on the back muscle and put your another finger on the glute, and do the exercise yourself and see if you feel the butt squeeze before the back. You want the butt to squeeze before the back. And this actually takes training, repetition, and training your nerves to make the muscles fire properly. So you might notice, oh, I'm doing that all wrong, or I'm lifting my shoulders at the same time. You want to just do it with just the weight of your leg with no weight at all until you figure out how to get the glute to fire properly. And if you're not able to do this, then you need to go back to the other video where we told you how to properly lengthen and stretch the hip flexor or the psoas muscle, because if that thing is tight and on fire, it's going to totally prevent you from being able to do this properly. If you can fix this, I promise it's going to fix a lot of the back pain issues.